catch yourself saying, must be nice, listen to this. Hey fam, I have been wanting to talk about this concept for a while because the more I get into the personal development space and continuously work on my own personal mindset, the more I am aware of the words that I'm saying to myself. And the more I feel the need to share it with you. Now, before we go on, I just want to remind you to please leave a review on the podcast. If you like the podcast, literally the only way for it to grow is to either share it with someone you know or share it on your socials, or to leave a review. Reviews matter so much, and it helps push it out to more people who could potentially be interested in this. And we're trying to help so many freaking people out there reach financial independence, go crush it in the world and do the things they love and live the life they were always meant to live. Okay. But so here's the thing. Our words and the way that we actually talk to ourselves and others is actually reflected in our outer world. So our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs are all reflected in our surroundings. So when we say things like, it's a beautiful day and there's so much opportunity all around me, then the more opportunities that you're actually going to see in your surroundings. When you say something like, oh, this just isn't going to work and there are no good deals in the market and I can't do that, I can't be like her, that's when you see your surroundings will reflect exactly that. No opportunities, no abundance. Okay. And abundance and gratitude is so important to success and to just a happy and fulfilling life. So there's this one phrase that people who are not operating out of gratitude or out of abundance say a lot. And it's the term must be nice. And you've probably said it. I know I've said it before. But have you ever caught yourself saying, must be nice having all that money, or must be nice having a husband that's a contractor, or must be nice that you went to a good school, or must be nice to have a 6-figure job, or must be nice to have a kind and a loving family. It could literally be anything, Or that's just not my reality. I can't do that. That's not possible for me. And I'm here to tell you that the only reason that it's not possible for you is because you believe that it's not possible. And that is exactly why you're saying the phrase must be nice, because successful people don't say must be nice. That phrase is only reserved for people who are either jealous or unwilling to take responsibility of their situations. And don't get me wrong, I have said it before. There have been so many times where my instant thought was, must be nice, right? And there are moments when we don't act out of gratitude. And at the end of the day, we're human. That's okay. We aren't responsible for that first thought that comes into our mind, but we are responsible for that second thought, because that gut reaction, a lot of the time, we don't really have control over the gut reaction or the gut saying that comes out of us, right? But we do have the power to control and change our second thought. So instead of thinking, oh, must be nice, think, wow, that's so cool. That's awesome. If I want that, I can have that too. Because if you were able to do it, that means I can do it too. That means that there's so much more possibility for me. Why not me? Why not you? Because we're all just human. And at the end of the day, no one out there is particularly special. You have the ability to do it too. Okay, so do I have something exciting happening for you? So if you have been trying to get into real estate investing, but you find yourself stuck in analysis paralysis, maybe you just don't know where to start or what your next steps are, this event is going to be for you. Now, I do not do this often, but I am going to be hosting a free, and I mean 100% absolutely free, live masterclass on September 17th on how you, yes, you can get started investing in real estate by the end of 2024. Because y'all, we are already halfway through the year, people, okay? Approaching Q4 at this point, and there is so much time for you to make this real estate investing goal of yours a reality. I also think this is going to be my last free masterclass of the year. So this is going to be the last opportunity that you will have to come and learn from me live and get all of your questions answered by yours truly. Now it is time for you to get into the room with people doing exactly the thing that you want to do. So if you want to come to this completely free live event, DM me the word freedom on Instagram or click the link in the show notes to sign up there. and I will see you there. I'm so freaking stoked. Now let's dive back into the show. Now, I want you to think of times where you have actually said, oh, must be nice. For example, I remember when I was working in corporate and I was like super depressed and over it, all this stuff. And I would see all of these people on Instagram and in social media and all these celebrities, whatever, traveling the world or buying real estate. And for the longest time, I just didn't take action. I was consuming all of this information and thinking, oh, it must be nice. That couldn't be me. I'm not in that situation. I can't do that, right? Or think about whenever you like walk into an airplane and you see people sitting in first class, right? Or in business class. And you're like, oh, I wonder what they do. Must be nice, right? Like to have a high paying job or to be able to get flown first class. Like you automatically pass judgment and you automatically also at the same time relinquish ownership of your own personal situation. Because at the end of the day, that could be you too. If you really deep down, really wanted it, you could make that happen for you. You could find a way to get those business or first class seats. You could find a way to travel the world. I remember when I was a broke college student, like literally making no money, less than $30,000 a year, way less than $30,000, like no money, really nothing, right? But throughout the year, I worked at like the language center at the front desk. I tutored, I worked internships so that I could travel during my free time. And I would spend literally every last penny that I had on it. And most people would say, oh, must be nice. But they didn't see all the time and work and the like effort I had to put in to travel that much and just the priority that I put on travel. I didn't care about anything else. I wanted to travel and that was it. And before I'd even secured a full-time corporate job, I had already traveled to 50 countries making less than $30,000 a year. Like at the end of the day, money wasn't the issue. And I knew a lot of people with way more money than me, but they didn't prioritize travel, but somehow we're still saying must be nice. You know? Or another example is like I partnered with folks on different properties, right? Like I partnered with friends from college. I partnered with my parents on property just to build my real estate portfolio. Like I even partnered with a friend of mine who I met at a hostel in Bosnia years ago. And you may be going online right now and you see these people with 20 units, 40 units, like giant, massive portfolios. And they also, a lot of them partnered with people to build their portfolio and they learned how, they put in the time to learn how it works, went out to find people to partner with. And most people just automatically think, oh my gosh, must be nice. I don't know anyone with money or I don't have anyone in my life who would partner with me. Like, no, babe. Number one, we all had that thought at the beginning. You think I knew that my friends had $20,000 or $40,000 or $60,000 lying around in the stock market that they actually wanted to diversify and they had been saving that up for years? No, I had no clue. I don't know what people have in the bank. I don't, like I remember in my mind, I was like, oh, no one's going to have enough money to invest with me. Just automatically. That was my immediate thought, right? But then I went out there. I started sharing about my journey, started telling everyone about it, was able to bring people to me, bring people into my sphere. They saw what I was doing and they wanted to be in on it. That was how I got my partnerships. But a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, must be nice. I don't have anyone in my life who has money. I didn't think I had anyone in my life who had money either. Okay. Or for example, like Tony and Sarah Robinson, they're two really good friends of mine. They're huge short-term rental investors. And when they got started on their journey, they also did not have a bunch of people in their life with a ton of money. They were the only people in their family and still are investing in real estate, right? But they worked their butt off to build an incredible social media presence that now gave them the access to a bunch of people. So instead of saying must be nice, shift your mindset, shift your mentality instead and think, why not me? Why not you? Okay. That's awesome. They were able to do it. Why not me? Right? Because you don't realize this, but you have so many resources around you. So many. And you just have to tap into your competitive advantage. Like my friend Sarah Weaver, when she first got started investing in real estate, she had her dad drive down to her first property all the way in like middle of nowhere in the Midwest. And he actually helped her renovate it. And you can either think, oh my gosh, wow, must be nice to have a dad who can do that or who's resourceful. Or you could think, oh, that's so cool. She had that resources. What resources do I have in my back pocket? Am I really good at spreadsheets? Am I really great at talking to people? Am I really handy? What is my competitive advantage? Because everyone, even you, have a competitive advantage. So now every time you catch yourself saying, must be nice, ask yourself, do you actually even want that thing? And how are you stopping yourself from getting it? Because if you really wanted it, you would be putting all of your effort and energy into making it happen. So ask yourself, are you willing to put the time in? Are you willing to put the effort and energy in to make it happen? Sometimes the answer is no, and that's okay, but be honest with yourself, right? Stop saying must be nice because you don't actually want that thing, you know? By saying must be nice, you're relegating power. You aren't taking ownership of the situation because you have the power to do whatever it is that you actually want to do in this world. You have to just want it bad enough, and you have to figure out your why, because when you know your why and when your why is strong enough, you are going to do everything in your power to make it happen. And it's almost going to be just like this no-brainer. Of course it happened. Okay, fam, I hope that this was helpful. No more saying must be nice. That is not in our vocabulary anymore. Instead, think, why not me? I can do that too if I really want to. I can have it too because you are in control and you are in power. Okay, I love you, fam. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Wanderlust Wealth Show. Now, don't forget to follow the podcast, or if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you love this episode, it would literally mean the world to me if you shared this with a friend or a family member, or literally like anyone off of the street. Like right now, go ahead, share it so you don't forget, or post it on social media and make sure to tag me. I love seeing what you're listening in on and what you resonated with, and I'm just so freaking thankful for you. I'm so freaking excited for you. I love you, and don't forget, life really doesn't have to be hard.